not all readers are leaders. And this is what I meant. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Funmi Chris. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on amazing content we're going to be pushing out there. Okay, so today I'll be talking about why books does not equal wisdom. I know it might sound like an irony, like, two opposite things, because we've heard that readers are leaders, but I object to say that not in all cases, not all readers are leaders. And this is what I meant. But there are so many people that visit bookstores. There are some that love to buy books. They just love to bring out a book. They'll tell you, oh, I have this book. Or ask them, have they read it? No. There are some, they will tell you, oh, I've read this book. But when you look at the teachings and the lessons of the book compared to the reality of their lives, you will see that people that have not read the book are better off. Now, when I say all readers are not leaders, what I'm trying to say is that it is not just about reading a book, it is the application of what you've read. Being able to pick a book, then you underline and you know that, okay, I'm going to do ABC. You see something that hits you in the book and you put action behind it. That is what makes a leader, not just by reading a book. Let me tell you a story. So I was invited for a program as a guest at the National Library here in Kwara State, Nigeria. And we talked about books and all of that, and I spoke from the angle of a reader. So I love to have a purpose for reading. Like when I pick this, there's a purpose why I pick this. So when I'm reading it for that purpose. So it's easy for me to take action. So I told them of how I was about starting a business and I needed some missing knowledge that I don't have because I started my journey as a founder of a non-profit. I had to go to the bookstore and get the book, Why We Want You to Be Rich, authored by Donald Trump and Robert Kiyosaki. And in that book, they opened my mind to the world of entrepreneur. So I spoke about that. And after the event, a guy walked up to me, one of the guests too, and told me, there's a book I would like you to read. And he started rolling out titles of books. I just looked at him because I understand that reading a book is not, to me, is not just about ticking my list that I've read this, I've read that. No, I read for application. And that is what I call smart readers. That is what makes a leader. And when you read for application like that, it's not about how many books you've read. It's about that particular one you read that is making impact in your life. Because I know when you meet people that just read or that just buy, you might feel intimidated by them. But I need you to calm down. Books can be fun. Reading of books can be fun. But then you need to move ahead, a step forward from just collecting books to actually reading books and taking action, which is the third one. So there's this Chinese proverb I saw, and I would like to read it for you. So I wrote it down so that I will not forget, or I don't want to paraphrase in a way that I will miss the point. It says, a book is like a garden carried in the pocket, but wisdom is the ability to nurture and cultivate the garden. So I will need you to do one thing. Go to your collections. I want you to go. There's something in that book. Just pick one. Pick the one that resonates with what you're going through now and open it chapter by chapter. You can just read a chapter today and meditate on it. You can read a chapter for a whole week. Write out some points that hit you. Now, if you buy a book, but you don't read it, and somebody comes to your house Pick up the book and read it. The person will enjoy the benefit of your garden. You might have to pay money for the person to teach you what he or she learned in the book that you use your money to buy. So it's not enough to buy a book. Sit down with it and get the juice from it. No book is a waste. I understand that some books that 70% of what is written in it might be irrelevant. But I'm telling you, no matter how bad the book is, at least 10% will be relevant. The person that wrote the book has done some research that needs to be shared with the world. And that is why they are sharing it with you. So sit down, take your time, and go through it. And I'm telling you, every book will leave you wiser than you are. Every book you pick. Because why? Whenever we are reading book, we are rubbing our mind. It's like hanging out with the author of the book. Now look here. I believe you know Barack Obama. Exactly. So when you read The Promised Land, you are hanging out with Barack. You are hanging out with him. Now, this is the story of my experience with truth by Mahatma Gandhi. There are some details here. I've seen the documentary of his life. But I'm telling you, the details here cannot be captured in the movie. The details in this book cannot be captured in the movie. So that is why you need to sit down, and read. Just take it a chapter per week. You're not in competition with anybody. You bought those books because they speak to you. Now it's time for you to sit down and allow them to nurture you. And I promise you, you will not remain the same if you run with the instructions you're going to get, with the insight you're going to get from the book. Thank you very much. This is going to be it for today. I hope you enjoy it. I would like to read at the comment section about the books you're reading presently and the actions you've taken before, on books you've read. Maybe you read a book and this is what you've done. I love that. Please, I would like to read your comments, at the comment section. Thank you very much. And guess what? I'll see you at the boardroom. Bye for now.